Yes, it's that time of year again. This is the second weekend of 3 that I'm opening the studio this year. And let's have a little walk around. Sometimes engravings come back from exhibitions and the frames have got knocked, damaged, tired. What I've done here is to take some previously framed work, just take the mounted engravings out of the frame and just selling them off at lower prices. The prints inside have been trimmed. I can't really put them back into stock. Here's a rack of unframed work. Last few proofs of Walking Towards Ely. Always plenty of wildlife. And my new composite bee print. Swallows above Ely Cathedral. A print I've had in my mind for a few years now, and then this year with this lovely natural round of box I've engraved it. One thing you find here at the Open Studio are hand-printed greetings cards. Engravings are for everybody. So hand-printed signed engraving on a greetings card for £3. This isn't the version of the Tending Young that was made or featured on the stamp sheet. It was the second version, and the committee at Royal Mail wanted to see one of the bees come out a little bit further from the edge. That's the version from the stamps. And this block was in the archive, and I rather liked this version, so I thought, let's just take it out and make a card from it. And then it's a place, excuse me, it's a place where I can take one of the blocks used, in this case the River Heron. Some larger engravings, including a Breckland story, a hoard of Iron Age coins buried underground, wildlife above. And it's always nice to show tools and blocks. And from time to time to do a spot of engraving. The type on the little Van der Kook proofing press needs dissing, but it's a chance to show how that works. And red has had a good wipe over and a polish, and it's got a block all set up of a cabbage and a large white butterfly. So there will be inking and printing going on. I like to feature book plates. Here's a display of some. Others pasted onto the front of the block cabinet. The tip of the iceberg. This came through the post this week. The Illustrated Garden, another wonderful book featuring printmakers from Mascot Media. You might remember The Elegant Fowl, the owl book, Gardens have always been my thing in terms of engraving, and I'm very pleased to have 2 double-page spreads in this book. But it's a gorgeous book. Lots of friends have work in it. Excellent. My own bookmaking is tending still towards the miniature. You might remember the Prospect of Ely. The penultimate batch of that has been printed with this rather lovely marble paper on the cover. A similar but new paper on Avebury. And then Feed the Bees is the new book. As usual, the text is engraved as well, and this is just a little gathering of plants in our garden, different seasons, that attract the bees. This also arrived recently from the wonderful Barbarian Press, Ursus Typographicus. I did the title page, a new press device and a couple of new printer's marks for Jan and Crispin. Again, it's, as always with Barbarian Press, beautifully produced. This is the 4th book I've worked on with them. We have more planned. It's been one of the pleasures of my printmaking life to engrave for this press. Mini prints have expanded, and again, engravings are for everybody, and so a small, often editioned mini print for £10. It's that bee again. An old English sheepdog made for a bookplate commission. The train carrying Mr. Arthur Kipps north from the Woman in Black. Little odds and ends. Moonlit Ambling in the Resurgence in Ecologist magazine. Venus and Adonis engravings published in Hebrew. The current edition of The Land magazine with Monet's Gardeners on the front. That's about everything. Oh. Marvellous, marvellous CD. Thomas Dunford in the Archlute. I hope you've enjoyed.